My name is Christine Linz. I'm the Executive Secretary of REN21, the Renewable Energy Policy Network for the 21st century. Well, in general, I think I'm very optimistic about the future because the energy transition with renewables is happening. It's happening quickly and will continue to happen with or without the climate agreement. Of course, an ambitious climate agreement is important in order to make this transition quicker. And we have seen that renewables are a central pillar for the energy transition. In 2014, for the first time, we had energy demand grow, we had economic development happen, and emissions did not increase. And that was mainly due to the deployment of renewables and energy efficiency. So they are the central pillar of the solution, and I think with our renewables track, we are demonstrating this, and I think it gets a lot of visibility and buzz, and so I'm very optimistic that the future will be a bright one. Well, effectively what you see nowadays, renewables are not only good for the environment, but they also make economic sense. In a majority of cases, renewables are cost competitive compared to conventional fuels, and they generate jobs. According to IRENA estimates, 7.7 million people are employed in the renewables industry in 2014. The REN21 Renewables Global Status Report demonstrates that 165 countries all around the world have policies and targets in place for renewables. When you look at investment figures, last year about $270 billion were invested in renewables, about half in the OECD countries, the other half in the emerging economies and the developing countries. And this share of investment is increasing. It increased 36% compared to the year before, where we clearly see that countries that are hungry for energy are nowadays putting their focus on renewable energy because in the long run it's the cost competitive option. I think we must not forget when looking at these figures of $270 billion that we still, according to estimates of the IEA, the International Energy Agency, we spend about $500 billion on fossil fuel subsidies. We still do not have a fair level playing field, and I think this is the key what is needed to be put in place, and that's why we need stable policy frameworks that are really giving renewables the fair entry into the market that it is. There are $270 billion of investment in renewables. We have to compare that to still, according to estimates of the International Energy Agency, $500 billion fossil fuel subsidies. Clearly these distort the market. There is no fair level playing field, and that's why it is of utmost importance to have stable policy frameworks in place that give renewables the right access to the market. They are sustainable, they make economic sense, they create jobs, and they ensure a livable planet for future generations. Renewables are good for the environment, they make economic sense, they create jobs and opportunities in remote places, they ensure energy access for all, and last but not least, they are abundantly available everywhere.